for coming out. We really appreciate that.
Hi.
I think you officially have the largest panel ratio to size of room ever.
That's going to be fun.
Yes.
So I will be your host and MC this evening. I'm RK. I run Culturally Eft with my business partner over here, Underbite Dragon.
Business.
We will be helping to moderate the conversation and making sure everyone gets to answer some questions and stuff, and also introduce everyone because I went online and stalked everyone.
Yeah, good man.
Totally not creepy at all.
Be a fursuiter performer. You can run a cooking show.
Until you get a strike.
Until you get a strike.
Yeah.
You can stream gaming. You can be live. So it's really an outstanding place for furries to really show off all of the incredible things that we are capable of.
I have over 170 videos on YouTube. Most of them are my past
Come in and have a seat.
Yeah, bring it in. What are you doing back there? Come on.
There will be opportunity for the audience to share your YouTube channels with us because I only have so much of a reach. I brought in as many as I could find. And here is our delightful panel. So yeah, I'm going to introduce everyone, though I won't be able to do it with the mic.
Project, good stuff. Small room.
Yeah.
You got this.
It's a small one.
So I'm going to go start all the way on this side with CNC Gaming.
What? Right over it, gentlemen.
I didn't see you come in.
Let's change.
I thought we agreed that you were the furthest one this way. That
We
were
moved
allowed.
over. We accommodated.
I'm sorry, Dakota.
I'm used to it.
Nice overrush. I need to find you.
Now you have to find me.
So Dakota here does fursuit videos and convention videos, right? You use your fursuit for that mostly?
Pretty much. Not only that, I also do my videos for aquariums as well.
Aquarium videos. That's pretty cool. When did you get started on YouTube?
What year is it?
The year of the dog.
Okay, well, probably the year of the cat because
Okay.
at least 5 years ago.
Okay. And your current channel, which is listed as Dakota White Mane, has about 500 subscribers.
Yes.
That's very good. You should be very proud. We couldn't fit them all in this room, unfortunately.
No.
So that's okay.
I don't think you called them all.
No. My Twitter reach only goes so far.
Okay. I forgive you.
Well, thank you for coming to the panel. Everyone make noises with your hands.
Pause.
Yeah. Pause.
Show us you playing your beans together.
Yeah. That sounds weird. Very weird.
Okay. And now we come to Z and Z FTW. You guys do game streaming, vids, vlogs. What else?
Game streaming, vids, vlogs. We also do live show music stuff. We actually, I'm not going to advertise too much, but we have a show later.
No, that's what it's for.
Oh, good, great. We have a show
We're
later
supposed to
today.
advertise stuff. We want people to get excited and
Tomorrow,
subscribe.
9:30, Wellington Room, right there, be there. Yell at us, join us. But yeah, that's what it's going.
All right, got a music and event to
Yes.
do tomorrow. That's awesome.
We're basically shameless. We do whatever.
Awesome.
Don't bring tomatoes.
What don't you do? What's off limits?
Yeah.
We do not generally keep up with current events, so we generally just do herpy, derpy,
No, that's cool.
stupid, fun
Don't say
stuff.
herpes. Don't say we do herpes. Never say that. You don't get to talk for us anymore. You're done.
Fine.
Awesome.
Say Herbie.
How did you guys get started?
We got started, I dragged him into this. So we got started because him and I just have fun doing random things, and we got into, like, you know, Anders, Gassy, Markiplier, all those people, and I was like, I think we can do this and have some fun with it. So we started that about 5 years ago, 2013.
Cool.
What are we? Yeah.
5 years. That's
Cool.
what it says in my notes.
5 years. There you go.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Put your beans together. Move on to weekend notes.
What do you have in the notes about us?
Don't worry.
Hey,
Weekend Wolf,
spies,
and you do gaming live streams, is that right?
Yes, I do.
What else do you do?
I also do a little bit of voice acting here or there.
Oh yeah. Anything we would know? Or is it like, is it all on YouTube?
Some of it's on YouTube, some of it has yet to be uploaded, because my work ethic has been zip lately.
That's okay.
You gotta have the work ethic. But, sometimes, you're gonna be doing some Peter Griffin. And yeah, that's about it.
How long have you been doing it, and how'd you get started?
I've been doing it for about maybe 4 years, 5 years, and quite honestly, it's been quite the ride so far. And met so many people. Hello. And yeah.
This gentleman's lying to you. We gamed him. He also does live DJing, which is
Live DJing too.
That's a
freaking
hobby of mine, but I'm like,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
YouTube
too
is
nervous.
Yeah.
Too nervous to go for it.
Who here started YouTube as a hobby? Yeah. All right. So it's cool, man.
I don't know.
Anything else you want to say about? Tell us about yourself.
That's
All right. Beans from
Shameless video.
the MythicalRedFox. Or is it just MythicalRedFox? Or is it just Mythic? Whatever you want. So you're at a whopping 4,700 subscribers. That's probably more than this convention, I want you to realize.
No pressure. That's true.
You do gaming and Twitch streaming?
Yep.
What else?
Occasionally vlogs. I'm making one right now.
Awesome.
Only when exciting things happen to me. So once in a blue moon.
Glad we could be excited.
Yeah, thank you.
that excludes
I do either sort of episodic Let's Plays with a fair amount of editing,
Okay.
or like one-off videos that are like 50% skit and then the rest
Skits.
is gaming. So
Okay.
sort of a mix of old school Let's Playing that isn't like super structured, mixed with like trying to pack as much extra stuff into it to make it better.
So
And I like indie games. Focus on indie
cool.
games.
How did you get started? Why did you decide like, hey, I'm gonna turn on? And this would go for the other gamers as well. Like, what made you decide I'm gonna just record this and upload it to the internet because I think I'm hilarious? Like,
Well,
what's the
first
deal?
I was 11, and I saw that Rhett and Link did YouTube full time, and I was like, that's amazing. And then I tried doing sketch comedy when I was 11. Terrible. Don't have any of those videos. Wish I did.
Okay.
My trusty flip
Well,
camera served me
recreate
well.
them.
I should. Then after that, I found Let's Playing because I was really bad at Super Mario Sunshine. Needed to figure out how to not be bad. Found a YouTuber called Playing With My Wii, who still does videos, first Let's Play I ever saw. So then I had like a $25 Turtle Beach headset, a Dazzle capture card. No one uses those anymore. That's yeah, you know, that's ancient technology from an old civilization. And then I deleted that channel. Well, actually, it's unlisted. There's secret videos now. And then I made my current channel when I was like 13, and then did all of Minecraft. And
May I ask how old you are now?
19.
Okay. Thank God. All right. Beans together. Our next panelist does scripted biology lessons in full pursuit. It's a delight. It's in front of green screen. He's just getting started. They are just getting started. They are just getting started. Definitely check out Nazi. Diversity of Life is the show.
Yeah.
So definitely check that out. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so I just go through various biology topics, kind of introduction to various things from like molecular biology to animal ecology to my field work and stuff. I'm actually an entomologist at the University of Guelph, and I'm a professor there, so I do lectures and that kind of thing. So when I got my fursuit last summer, I was like, who better to like biology and animals than furries? And so I started to do my YouTube content, my videos, and bring that science background to the fandom.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Right next to Nazi, we have Ricardo Nightwing, who does fursuit skits, vlogs, and other fandom essays.
Yep.
How'd you get started? You're gonna have to maybe. Do you want a mic, maybe?
No, I think is that good?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
used to screaming out and whatever.
Okay, I think we're good. So tell us a little bit about your show, how you got started.
Well, I started last year is when I started doing it like not full time, but like you
A little
know.
more seriously?
Yeah, and I just was doing it because I saw other people doing it, and I also just like talking about my experiences and stuff, and I wanted a platform to do it, so I thought I'd just start talking about cons and stuff.
Great.
And then I started to attract, seemed like I started to attract a younger audience, so now I'm moving toward videos about like introduction to the fandom advice type stuff. So I do a lot of that.
Awesome.
And I upload con videos from time to time. I'm trying to get some good media for this con.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming up to the panel. Beans together for Ricardo Nightwing. we get to this train wreck.
And Chris!
Many of you may be familiar with Furcast. They mostly do podcasting, but they do also exist on YouTube. How did you guys get started with Furcast over 300 episodes ago?
Yeah, almost 300.
300 episodes?
It's a
lot of weekends.
I don't even know how you can even measure your viewership or your subscribership or whatever.
And yeah, it's weird because we're primarily a live show on our own infrastructure,
Yeah.
but then we like upload to YouTube
Yeah,
afterwards. So
that's usually how I've heard
Yeah.
you guys, is after the fact.
But yeah, we started it back when I was in.
Introduce the three of you.
yeah.
Sorry,
Oh, yeah.
before we get into the huge backstory.
Yeah.
We have Paradox.
So hot spotlight.
Disaster and another disaster.
Yeah.
I'm a disaster.
Yeah, he's a regular disaster. He's a straight disaster. But yeah, so back when I was in high school,
CJ and Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Paradox.
Paradox. We're really bad at this. So yeah, so
You're doing fine.
it was back. Was already doing like music podcasting, and I wanted to do a furry show, so I started it with a friend in high school.
Oh, you do a Friday night tech show.
Yeah, which is like a music, kind of like EDM, like undiscovered music stuff. And I wanted to start a free show, so we just kind of did. And originally it was like we just like answering emails and trying to help people. And then it just kind of just got worse and worse. And eventually we made a schedule, which we don't really follow.
At all.
It's basically just us, just everything. Telling stories, reading articles, interviewing people, just whatever happens.
It became a completely improv show.
Yeah, it's
so,
all
and-
improv.
And it's all live to tape. So
And how did you guys get looped in?
I was looped in almost at the very beginning, but
Yeah.
just seeing like local furs like in my area that was like right down the street from me, and we'd shared conversations beforehand.
Yep.
But like the conversations that you still have saved is hysterical. I
Oh, yeah.
love it. But
I have old chat logs from like 12 years ago when we met and everything, so. But yeah.
and he was like, he gave like the what was it, the like emoji like hugs and something like that. Like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Very-
I was like, I'm so happy to meet a local for a hug. This is, a long time ago. So I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to meet a local for hugs. And you were like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Best friend ever.
I don't even know how I got involved. Just you, basically. So like, we need another host.
Just came with the studio.
Just here.
Somehow
I
another
just showed up and it just became a train wreck. So
And how long have you guys been doing that? I already said 300 episodes, but how
We've
many
been doing
like
it about
times?
8 years.
Eight?
Furcast has been about 8 years.
8
And
years.
we don't drink or anything, although we just went off air.
She
because
could have fooled me.
Exactly. We're in the process of moving our production studio
Yes.
to a new house, and because we're going to live there, and we don't have to drive home, we can now drink.
Oh, that's
Might,
responsibility.
Distributors.
Yeah. I'm especially happy to have Paradox Series, like a tech expert on anything you can think
Oh
of.
God,
So tech questions are definitely going to be brought to you.
I somehow use the internet with pause.
Somehow you see it with pause. How? How, like,
I don't know.
you
I
somehow
haven't figured it out.
you somehow managed to turn barking into a podcast.
Yeah.
All right, so beans together for Furcast.
Who's that?
He's new.
who's he?
He's a furry who needs no introduction. Nope. So let's just move on. Everyone knows Majira, right? When did you get started, Majira?
Wait for it. I just want to say I'm very honored to be standing next to a very professional and passionate talent. So thank you guys for being on the panel. And without all of you guys coming here, this wouldn't be possible. We wouldn't be here. So thank you guys for watching for YouTube and making this a real thing.
For those of you who may not be aware, Majira has over 130,000 subscribers, which is kind of astronomical when you think about furries.
He makes Tide Pod tutorials.
Forbidden fruit. Mostly do first aid skits on your main channel, but you also have your human channel, which does more stand-up comedy and other sketch.
Yeah, what's
what's a human channel?
I've never heard of that.
You've been at it for about 4 years, and you do it full time, which is the dream. So, good work, man.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you wanna share?
That's awesome, me over there.
Okay, that's also
Alright, stand up, Taro. High five.
two. We will be answering questions and queries when I'm done introducing everyone. And
I just really quickly want to ask, how do I like and subscribe to this channel?
This has to be its own
You've done it already.
separate-
Yeah.
This alone has to be a separate YouTube channel.
Yeah, I guess that's what he's pointing out. All right, thanks for coming, Majira. Really appreciate it.
For having me.
Welcome back. You don't have a sheet, so I don't know how to introduce you.
Hi.
I didn't do any research or stalking. So please, who are you and how did you get on my panel?
Oh, the door was open.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Mark Sparks.
Mark Sparks.
Yeah.
Mark Sparks.
So I've just been doing YouTube for fun, and for some reason a lot of people like it. Oh, okay. So I've been doing YouTube for about 4 years, and basically I started when I came back from being stationed overseas, and I kind of just kept going from Vine, which is dead now.
It's coming back.
Rest in peace.
Oh,
It's coming back.
Mine too.
but then when I came back from being stationed overseas, I started doing different YouTube videos and stuff like that, and I just do dumb stuff. If you like puns, you'll like my channel.
Channel for puns.
Yeah.
So how did you get started? How many subscribers are you at?
Currently I think I'm close to 20,000.
20,000. That's pretty awesome.
And I started from Vine, and then I met him, and then he helped me do everything I need to do to really actually push my channel forward.
Cool. Please wait until we're done meeting everyone for questions. If that's okay.
Two more.
Yeah, we only have
Up close.
No, are you a handler? Are you a YouTuber?
You're a YouTuber.
Yes. I was pulled up here by him. I was originally going to hide under your table. Like
Okay.
I said.
If you are, if that's what all you want to do, that's okay. Do you have a YouTube channel? I mean, that's all. Please tell us about your YouTube channel.
So I'm Mark's girlfriend. I got started doing things because of these two. We're all good friends. We hang out a lot. I'm in the background of a lot of their videos if you look at them. At least more recently. I plan to, well, my channel's currently at 1,600 subscribers, even though I have like 3 videos.
That's okay.
But I plan for my channel to be focused more around like art, whether or not it's furry related, like learning how to use certain like art materials.
Where can people find you?
GERCE, just look that up on YouTube.
Okay. We will update the sign outside with all of these other YouTuber names. Likewise, if you have a channel in the audience, we will give you guys a chance to tell us your YouTube channel, and we'll write your name on the sign outside, and everyone get a chance to like take a picture of it with their phones. Some beans together for our surprise panel.
Beans together.
All right, our next one is not a furry channel, but he's a very close friend of mine. We were on a curling team for 2 years. This is FurcastFM, and he runs a cooking show with his partner called Love Your Food. It's all one word. So do you love food, or are you only okay with food?
I pretty much love food.
Okay.
We're both big foodies. So, my husband is a trained chef. He went to Culinary Institute, New England Culinary Institute in Vermont. We were both unemployed for a little while after his restaurant closed in 2016. I can't remember, end of 2015. So we've been doing this, no, 16. Yeah, 2016. Well, we were both unemployed. We're like, well, we got nothing to do. We're both job hunting, in between job hunting. Let's find something to keep busy. We started a YouTube channel just doing cooking videos after watching like Rosanna Pansino and Food Wishes, and even like My From Kitchen and Memory Heart with You Deserve a Drink. And we do weekly videos, just simple recipes, mostly stuff that people can do very easily with what you have at home. Very few of them have any specialized equipment, but occasionally. But yeah,
Well, I'm very glad to have you here as a non-furry YouTuber that is like a furry YouTuber who has a non-furry channel. It's still very important to represent because of, again, like I mentioned with the Open, our huge swaths amount of talent that oozes out of our fandom. So thanks for being here. Love your food, everybody. Not quite last, because we still have some more people to talk about, but here we're with Daryl, aka Pixel Parasite. You have you're pretty active in the scene, and you have some connections.
10.5 years.
10.5 years doing this. Wow. So what have you done in that 10.5 years? Or is it easier to list what you haven't done?
Probably what I haven't done at this point. I actually started about, actually 10.5 years ago was approximately for vlogging. I started that based on the whole fact of, instead of doing any kind of journal or photo albums, I sought to actually hold on to memories through video. And someone had gave me the idea of why not just put this stuff online. Because the first video I ever did was at a convention here in Toronto and North. And someone said just put that on YouTube. And then from that point it just kind of expanded into like this 10-year journey. And then I just started to branch out and do other things like gaming and artwork, and now I'm both on YouTube and Twitch under the same name. So that's
YouTube and Twitch.
YouTube and Twitch. 4 times a week, and stressing myself out to the fullest extent.
But you don't just do gaming, you do art streams?
Yes, 4 times a week I do art streams with these lovely little plastic beads that everyone remembers from when they were a child. I try and make them in such a way that people don't usually expect, and I take them to conventions and events to sell them whenever I have an opportunity. And that's basically it.
Any other projects you do voice work?
I do some side voice work. It's very much a kids show, so it's not really something I usually put out there, but it's just a side project I do for a friend of mine where I do a good chunk of his characters as a side project for his channel there.
Awesome. Thanks for everyone. If you wanted to learn more about mine and Underbite's channel, we have a whole panel tomorrow at 7:30. So we'll be in this very room, it's true. So we're not going to go on very long about us. You can find out our whole backstory tomorrow if you're interested. Please raise your hand if you have a YouTube channel you want to share. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 7.
Get over here.
Cool. 8.
Larry, get your ass in here.
Okay. I'm going to start with you, Mr. closest. Yeah, please stand and just tell everyone really briefly your YouTube channel name, what you do as briefly as possible, and like maybe how you got started.
Okay, I'll go quick. I actually just got started, and it's like Love Your Food. It's not a furry channel.
Cool.
But I wanted to start this channel because I've done a lot of traveling in the last 5 years, and I feel like it's necessary for me to give my travel stories back to people who don't necessarily have the opportunity to travel. So one of the functions of the channel is I sent a journal with a friend of mine to Ecuador, and she passed that journal on to another traveler, and they're making a note of it.
Very cool.
And filling it out with their inspiring stories and uploading it. The channel's called Vicarious Diaries.
Nice.
And I've also done a few presentations on travel and just shared stories. So like I said, like I'm pretty content where I am in life right now.
Nice.
I live in Barrie, but I like to try and give travel to people who don't, like I said, get the opportunity.
Awesome.
So, or just inspire you to go to certain places. So yeah, check it out, and I'm definitely going to check out some of these. So.
Cheers.
It's called Vicarious Diaries, so living through other people's journeys.
Awesome. So tell us a little about your panel, how you got started, what you do.
So I'm Autofoxin. I have a non-furry gaming channel. Gaming channel is called Any Game Possible. We play any game possible. We have setups for literally from retro back from like the Commodore 64, ColecoVisions up to present, and we also do giveaways as well. So
awesome.
I've been starting for about a year now.
Cool. Thanks for sharing.
Yep.
Who else wanted to share? I'm going to do the front row first, and then I'll make my way back. So, yeah. Stand up and share what your YouTube name is, how long you've been doing it, and what you do.
Alright, so my YouTube is Dracoman the Fox. I'm fairly new to this. It's kind of as a side project right now while I'm in college for radio broadcast. So basically all the skills that I learned from college, I try to put it into a vlog, and it's mostly furry stuff. It started off as just like about me, but then I ended up doing live streaming with Hanzo, and I ended up just like eating Tide Pods on stream.
Classy.
they're really waxy. No, I wouldn't. No, I didn't actually. Okay, anyway, but yeah, that's about it. It's not a whole lot right now. I only got about like 150 subs.
That's okay. We have representatives of all sizes, a couple hundred
All
to
kinds.
a couple 100,000.
Yeah.
So we have all sorts of YouTubers represented today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man.
Bungee Skunks.
Channel name's Bungee Skunk. I've been around since the early Anthrocon days. So yes, I've been on YouTube since almost the beginning. So yeah, I've been uploading tons of Anthrocon videos.
Con videos?
Yeah.
And you do 3D camera work, right? The 360 VR thing. You can experience Anthrocon in all the dimensions.
Yeah, experimenting with the 360 and also 3D. This is binaural audio, and this is also spatial audio.
Cool. Maybe we'll come to you with some tech questions as they come up.
Yeah, so that's lots of fun. So I also been exploring the area with the transit, doing transit videos, and also in hidden areas in Toronto as well.
Cool.
Yep.
Thank you. Tell us about your YouTube channel.
Okay, my YouTube channel is Devoid Carnage because I like Marvel.
Yep.
Wags. My YouTube channel is vintage stuff, and I kind of do like repair videos and just like an assortment of like random things that I have collected in my house because I don't know, I just like fixing stuff, so I have random things. And it's kind of like, I don't know if anyone's familiar with Techmoan, but he kind of touches on a little bit of fixing things. I'm very, very amateurish, so, and part of the thing is, like, I really got hit by when the subscriber thing, they changed that, so I only have, I only have like 200 subscribers.
Right, you're not
so
the only one here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Show of hands, who was affected by that subscriber change? Who is like under 1,000 subscribers, you can't be monetized or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there's a handful of brethren here.
And also, being a repair channel, I don't really have a good way of like, getting subscribers that to come back.
That's all right.
So yeah, so it's kind of tough for me to grow the channel.
That's all right. Well, everyone come and subscribe to his channel at the end of the panel. Hey, good buddy Malwave. Hey. So tell us a little about what you do online and how you got started.
Alright, well I run a YouTube channel called FurcastFM. It is we mostly do riffs on various media, so think Mystery Science Theater 3000, but with mostly animated things that are really horrible.
Terrible furry movies mostly.
Yeah, most recent one was Rhapsody Street Kids Believe in Santa. I hate myself that I even considered that, but it's always, you always go, oh, this is gonna be great, and then you realize, well, you always realize halfway through, you're like, oh, this is gonna be funny, the reactions are gonna be great. Oh, wait, I gotta watch this too. Oh, dang it. But in between the riffs, I also I'm attempting to do a gaming show called Heads Up Display. Basically just me doing gaming videos to fill the void in between each Griffcast episode. My co-hosts, actually, they're not here. We have Ari Kitty, who's the graphic artist for the show. He designed our logos. And my co-hosts, Sparks Fox and Boots, they're not here, but they are also pretty integral to the show. So we have really nice chemistry. So
cool. How'd you get started?
I started the Griffcast as a podcast, and then things just things went away, and then I got a new cast, and it was like, we should put this on YouTube so people don't have to sync the audio with the video. That's a great idea. So we just, the Griffcast as a whole has been around since 2013. Just trying to get a bit more of a YouTube footing as opposed to the podcast part.
Cool.
So,
thanks. Nice. Griffcast. Tell the room about your YouTube channel. Where can we find you, and what do you do?
I run a YouTube channel called MythicalRedFox, and I do art. It's a non-furry channel, but I only have 68 subscribers. But I'm hoping,
gotta start somewhere.
But I'm hoping to build up more and improve on my art style and everything. So
cool.
Yeah.
Just getting started.
Yeah.
All right, 68 subscribers. All right, Speckle. Tell everyone about your YouTube channel. Where can we find you, and what do you do?
All right, so I created my YouTube channel a while back, kind of just to put stuff on. I haven't been very active because I've been waiting for my head to be fixed. It's now fixed. My channel's name is Scotia Hybrid. So I just for a YouTube channel, so when I get the chance, I will be posting more videos. I'm in my suit, local meets. I do run a local bowling meet called Halifax Herbal.
Nice.
So,
do you invite Klingons?
I mean, yeah, we can run something out. So yeah, I'm basically going to try to upload more content. I also have downloaded a editor for my phone, so I can actually edit videos now. I do not have a camera yet.
Okay.
I do also dance videos here and there. I am practicing, trying to get better. So bear with me if you do see those videos. I'm not fully
right.
proud of them.
You should see some of my first videos.
Yeah. I've been trying to get my name out there, but so far I only have 20 subscribers. So I'm hoping.
That's okay.
That,
like I just said, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys would like to give me a follow, it's Scotia Hybrid.
Yeah.
No, I'm just picking up stuff.
Any other YouTubers on this side? No? Was that everyone? Well, everyone, start Okay, so now it is an open forum. Who wants to talk about a thing? Who has a question? So I see some paws over there.
Where's Jacksepticeye?
Where do you think? Top of the morning to ya!
We're also missing Hojozilla. She signed up, but has not arrived. So
How did we lose a tiny Doberman here?
yeah, we lost a tiny Doberman, a teacup Doberman.
She was working on another panel.
It's okay. It's all right. But her name's also up. She does fursuit skits and her very adorable Doberman costume. You see a paw up over there? Yeah, what's up?
I was gonna ask, just like, I have anxiety. Okay.
You got this.
Deep breath.
General YouTube tips from the pros. Because,
Sure.
Like, I try to edit and upload videos and stuff. I never end up uploading. It's like, I don't even really, I record sometimes, but I never end up uploading. And it's like, I'm gonna make a reference here. If anybody has seen a YouTube channel and it's like, oh, they used to be active, but they don't post anymore. But then I randomly post every once, or it's inactive for 3 months, and then there's a spam posting, and then it happens again. It's can somebody please tell me how to avoid that from happening? Because I keep forgetting. It's write it down, or...
I can touch on that considering I've gone on hiatus for 6 months.
Sure. We'll start with Pixel, and we'll come to Ricardo.
Probably the best thing to do is try and come up with a manageable schedule. One of the easiest things that actually really helped while I was doing it is right above my computer, I put a dry erase calendar with a 2-month spread, and I said, these are the videos I want to do, and posted them. Every time that I saw that I had a video coming up, I made sure that I would upload it ahead of time, and then change it from unlisted to go live. So all my work was done ahead of time, all that stuff was taken care of, but as far as the hiatus thing, life happens.
Yes.
It's one of those things that I'm sure a lot of people here can agree with, that it's one of those very scary moments that we never want to be that person that goes, I missed a day. But life does continue on.
Your viewers will be there when you get back.
They will understand, especially if you're very transparent with them and posting videos telling them, I'm going to be going away for a little while, this is why. And then they will be there when you get back. Maybe not in the same numbers as they once were, but you will still have people that will come back to take a look at the content that they originally subscribed to see. People who subscribe to a channel are there for a reason. They want to see your content, they want to see future stuff, even if it takes a little while.
Okay, well,
Ricardo, do you want to say something about that?
Well, he pretty much spelled it out perfectly. I had something go on in December, so I saw that. I actually grew during my period of inactivity a little bit, but just hit 400, so that was good. But I had the... What was your question again?
Well, it was, how do you, prevent yourself from, forgetting to upload for a very long. It's not.
Oh yeah. I would just make a lot of videos beforehand, even if you don't want to post them, and then maybe choose a wider time frame. Because that was happening to me too. I wasn't uploading. I didn't want to make anything, so then I wasn't posting. But if you make a ton of stuff in advance, and then I gave myself like a weekly.
Yeah. That's a really good advice. Is make as much as you can in advance, and that way you're really prepared and you have the content ready to post. And as for remembering to post, it's just a matter of scheduling.
And don't bite off more than you can chew. Like don't try to upload every day.
Oh
Maybe don't even try to upload
I tried doing it weekly.
Maybe every 2 weeks is a good.
Every 2 weeks, even every month.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it's not that I don't like recording. I mean, I record way too much. Like, whenever I play a game, there's like a 90% chance I'm recording it, commenting and everything. And oh look, there's a flying horse. How did that happen? Whiterun guard, stop saying you took an arrow to the knee. That's me. Like, I do it all the time. It's just that I forget to upload it.
Just gotta set yourself that reminder.
Well, you can.
Furcast has something to say.
Yeah, I was going to say, besides the point of like self-motivation as well, when you're just getting started, a lot of times you depend on like the YouTube algorithm in order to grow your channel. The YouTube algorithm really values consistency. So it cares a lot about like how loyal your viewers seem to be. It cares a lot about like how often you upload, like if that's maintained. So definitely maintaining that would be a good idea. I mean, like there's a channel that I follow that does like color grading tutorials, and they upload like once every like 8 months. But because it's such a niche thing, he's got followers and it's okay and he's good. He doesn't need the YouTube algorithm. But if you're starting with something that's like more general audience, you almost have to depend on that algorithm to really like help grow and help people discover you. So consistency is the key for that.
Yeah, I was going to add the same thing. Is you have to really be consistent when you're trying to do things. Even if it's like a schedule that you don't always want to keep, but say like every 2-3 weeks, like do something that's manageable for you. Like maybe you can actually go forth and actually make more videos in a week, but make a schedule that is manageable for you so you're not feeling stressed, you're not feeling overwhelmed. The secondary thing too is that don't be overcritical of your work. You're going to have videos that are really good and videos that are really bad, and you can't over-criticize yourself in the fact that some episodes are better than others, or
better done than perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So even though that you're making and you're filming a lot, I can see you probably don't post as much because maybe you overanalyze what you're doing. Sometimes you just gotta kind of take an arrow to the knee in the sense, and you know, some videos won't be that good, but if as long as you find that consistency and actually produce something, it actually does create more followers, and it kind of just gets you out there. And when you actually have more and more videos, like some will be really good, and you'll look back and like maybe in videos that you didn't think were that good, other people love, and then the videos that you thought you did really well on, no one likes. So it's like it's one of those weird things that
always happens.
You put so much effort into one thing, and no one likes that one thing. And don't get discouraged about that. Just kind of find your own flow and keep producing.
Awesome. And Mythical, you have something to add?
Yeah, I struggle with consistency all the time, and one thing that helps me is just breaking it down to smaller steps. So for example, I have like a really specific like Premiere Pro layout before I can begin editing. So if I open up the program and have all this hours of footage or something to edit, and that's just so daunting, I can say, all right, let me at the very least just set it up. So I have a folder for this footage, and you put that in nested sequence, and you add a compressor there. And then before I even actually edit anything, at least I have like the groundwork done. And so then the next day, when I open up the program, it's less daunting. So just sort of nibble away at it, maybe go like, well, instead of editing all 4 hours of this, I'll just work on this 15 minutes first. And then I sort of, similar to what they said, sort of don't pressure yourself to upload daily, especially if you do gaming stuff. It's like the market for people who do it professionally, it's daily videos. But that's just not realistic for us people who can't do that. So just do it like once a week, once every 2 weeks, whatever is good enough for you, and that consistency will still matter. I was at TwitchCon and they had a panel similar to this, and one of the streamers said that also one of the best things is just to communicate with your audience. Just tell them like, hey, I'm planning on uploading now, or planning on streaming then, and that communication can be a substitute for rigid consistency too.
One last thing I'll add too is if you're doing long form content, try short form as well, and vice versa. A lot of like gaming YouTubers will record 5 hours of content, and and then they sit in an editor and they pick out like the few tiny clips that were good and upload
Yep.
just those. Yeah. So, but that's the thing, though, is especially like long form content. You know, some people love putting on a long podcast when you've got a long drive or something, but short form content is a lot easier for people to get into. So I think that's something to try as well.
And you have a lot more funnier moments because, again, when you do something that is long stream, there's a lot of sections that are just not as funny. And like even one of the main YouTubers, like Markiplier or something like that, they take a huge content and then usually edit down, so you don't see the mistakes that they make. You actually have to like kind of take notice of that they're putting forth a lot of effort to edit a lot of things to kind of tone down what is actually funny. And you know, it's one of those things you kind of feel out yourself, but also be yourself and like don't try to copy other people's things, but take notes from other people. But actually being yourself and like selling your own personality brings more people to you than trying to adapt and try to copy someone else specifically or their personality. Because your own personality sells more than anything, and that's kind of a recommendation for anyone. You know, being yourself actually you are better at being yourself than you are being someone else. So be yourself, and you'll definitely have a lot more viewers and stuff like that.
Okay, so what do I do if I have a legitimate 9.5-hour clip of me playing Skyrim?
Cut through it. I mean, like, you mentioned earlier that it's like you have too much. The only time, in my experience, that you've had too much recording or have too much content is when your hard drive says, I can't handle any more of what you're doing. If you've got all this stuff, the weird thing is like, well, it's going to sit there and get stagnant and get old. No one else has seen it. You're the only person who's seen all the stuff that you've recorded, so you're welcome to take as much time as you need to cut it through, find the right moments, and post those. So, like, the only thing that kind of gets in the way, because I had this a lot, because there was a time for a whole year we did that. We uploaded every day for our gaming videos, which is why, like, we haven't been around too long, and we've taken some breaks later, but we have, like, nearly 500 videos because we were doing that for a while, and it gets daunting, but just don't over-push yourself. Like I said, like, take some time, work on it, find the stuff, but don't worry about having too much content, because sometimes for me personally, when I have this big mess of content, it's the best because I'm just like, well, I can go back into that and pick at it when I want to, and I don't need to like schedule recording sessions, because getting him and me together since we both work full-time jobs sucks, and we live together. Getting the other people we game with together for like full-time recording stuff sucks. So it's never bad to have too much stuff. Just schedule some time to work through it and find the moments you love and share it with other people and let them decide if they love it too.
If you have 9 hours of content that you haven't edited down yet, even if you throw away an hour of it because you don't like that hour from the whole thing, if you do 20-minute videos, you can upload them all at once and just schedule them. Do you use the scheduler at all?
I don't even know how to use a schedule.
It's super easy. When you upload your video, you can say private, public, schedule, and you can tell it when it's going to be live. So it uploads, and then when the scheduler hits the date that you put in, it bang, goes live that minute. I use it a lot because I just put all my videos up. It's really easy for me cooking because we can film a lot of content. A meal can be 3 recipes, and I will just say, okay, well, I'm going to edit all these together and upload them all together, and then I do weekly uploads. So I say, this one's going to go up on this Thursday.
You filmed once and you're good for the month.
Exactly.
That's a really great way to do it. So we've had a really awesome talk on this topic, but I would like to open up for a new question, a new topic.
Any suggestions of a good editing software that does not cost a lot of money?
Pirate it.
Yep.
Are we endorsing that?
We're stating facts.
Right there.
I use a program called DaVinci Resolve. It is pretty decently featured. It does great color correction. The new one, the DaVinci Resolve 14, which I just got, has a separate handler for sound and video. It's pretty decent, and it's free, and you can get it from the website at any time. DaVinci Resolve.
Do you have Mac or PC?
I PC.
Your PC. If you also don't have success with any other software, I believe GoPro actually offers a free video editing software as well.
Because also use Lightworks in the past.
Currently, I'm using Hitbox, I think it's called, or something. Hitfilm, yeah.
Hitfilm is good, but it takes forever to upload stuff. I found.
I don't actually upload through it.
Okay.
I basically just set it to record. The timing of it's not the problem. My only problem is that I need to keep the window active.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And so when I'm trying to go and get research of clips and all that stuff, or I need to backtrack on information to for the YouTube upload, because I'm upload like try to do once a day. But
HitFilm's interesting because it's a lot of people who are working on it together. It's like one of the more collaboratively worked on softwares, but it still has a lot of bugs because there's little, like they're trying to make it to do everything perfect. It's so hard to do, especially for a lot of people who literally aren't really being paid. So, but yeah. I'd go with one. If HitFilm's not working, because that was going to be my suggestion, I'd go with one of theirs. That's the case. Not to cut you off, I would never use. I hate Lightworks. Personally, I just hate Lightworks.
It's garbage.
Yeah, it's garbage. it works great, but you have to be so technically minded.
Yeah.
Like it's so anal about what it needs you to tell it to do. I hate it.
The other nice thing about Resolve is there's a million tutorials.
Oh yeah,
Like,
there's
yeah,
a million
so many
tutorials.
high
marks
for Resolve.
Also, one more just quick thing is
I recommend Adobe Creative Cloud. That's my personal favorite because it's a subscription. What happened is I got a job at my university for one of the departments to make some videos, and I was used to Sony Vegas, and I was like, I cannot ask them to buy that, and I cannot ask them to use an illegal version because I would technically work for the state now. So I was like, I guess I have to learn Creative Cloud because that's affordable. And once I did that, I learned all these features they have that I really like.
Student discount.
Yeah, student discount. It's like $30 or something a month or something like that. And you get the whole thing. So
I don't
if you
get
ever need, I'm always be like willing to learn new stuff because they have so many tutorials. If you just take a couple hours, you can be like proficient enough to start making
tutorials. Absolutely.
To make like some motion graphics in After Effects and add that to your video. And then
With Nasi, what do you use for your green screen? What program do you use?
After Effects.
You use After Effects. Okay.
It's just like a layering of things. And then I just use the green paint on my wall.
Yeah. My green screen is terrible. Premiere can work with it, but it used to be even worse, and only After Effects would chroma key the horrendous green screen I had. So it's very useful.
Very challenging.
Just my other thing is about actually more of audio. My only biggest problem is trying to get more than 2 microphones.
You're not the guy, right?
How much? Too much?
Buy an audio interface.
Anything to say?
Buy an audio interface.
I got a mix. I do have a mixer. But
Okay,
my only problem is that it only registers up to 2 channels, left and right.
Right. So you can't see. I would pick up Focusrite. Has great deals on like really good analog circuitry. Super simple drivers. You can do real-time audio processing with ASIO. So I would pick up Focusrite stuff, and you can get all the channels independently in, and then do whatever you need to.
Okay.
Focusrite's great.
Yeah, when we set up more complicated setups, we're going to call this guy over.
Fly him over.
I somehow said
well, we're at, our channel is at 9,000, so we're going to do a 10,000 live stream soon. Any other questions? New topics? I saw that one first.
2 things. First thing, hi Majira, hi Mark. Second thing is, for any of you guys, all your YouTubers there, like I said, I had 20 subscribers. I wanted to know how you guys got your name more out there, like, racking more viewers.
Okay, so how did you guys get the word out when you just started?
Consistency.
Well, you talk a lot, so I don't
I had a really short thing.
Weekend.
So, make friends, interact with people. This is how you get your name out. Sometimes people will have more subscribers than you, and if they advertise it on their channel, it's like word of mouth almost, and they'll go straight to your channel.
I know some people hate this word, but it applies. Spam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clickbait. We'll say every trigger word we can.
Bother your friends and family.
Weekend says that, funnily enough, he's about to he was like, I think 100 less subscribers than we were, and he's about to overtake us in about like 5 more subscribers. So listen to him, it works.
Stick your YouTube channel in the signature line in your email.
Sure.
Every time you send out your email, there's your YouTube channel right there.
And social media.
Social media also works.
If you're big on Twitter or somewhere else, advertise.
Yeah.
Collaborate with them.
I continuously hit that retweet button.
Like how subscribing.
Those are subscribers that probably haven't seen your channel.
What the heck?
Majira?
I created my channel to have a dedicated YouTube Twitter account, so every time I upload, Twitter goes off. Download. Nice. Did you like the necklace and that?
So, your subscriber number is just that, the number.
The post. Nice.
The important thing is that you're enjoying making content. You are making friends, having fun, and if you show that in your videos, you will start to gain an audience. People like people who are really genuine. People like people who are just themselves. They're not in it just to, you know, get a bunch of popularity and money and numbers. People like people who are real. So what you should do is be yourself and be real, and you will gain an audience with that.
What's your question?
My question is, what if the only goal I want is just to reach 100 subscribers and that's it? Is that good enough?
Sure. That's just finding your own success.
Yeah,
so
that's
that's
your
all.
goal,
Then
man.
of course,
That's your
it's
goal.
perfectly
Yeah, that's
attainable.
what you
How?
want, you know, go for
I
it.
know
Okay,
you
once
just started
there's
very
100
recently.
subscribers, I
How
know
long
what
did
goal
it take
to
to
reach.
get to 100?
Seriously, I don't.
100 took. The
I'm
first-
71 right now, so how long did it take me to reach from 71 to 100?
Yeah, the first 100 took the longest. I mean, of course, it grows organically. Right?
Oh, okay, so I'm the only one who's going through that.
Yeah, I just passed 400, and it's going much faster now. I went from 300 to 400 this year, but my first 100 took probably 5 or 6 months.
The first 100 is harder than the first 1,000, which is harder than the first 10,000, which is harder than incrementally.
The first 10 are easy, right? You get your friends and you get your family, and then you got 10.
Well, obviously.
And then you tell friends of friends, and then you sort of start creeping up. So
Totally.
that first 100 really kills you. I mean, it takes a long time, and then after that, it really starts to grow organically.
Like once your videos reach 1,000 views, then you get to your million.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Because everybody knows your videos by then.
I just had a question, actually, if anyone has experience with doing Skype interviews and recording it.
Yeah, we certainly have some people doing Skype interviews on the regular.
So, there's this piece of software you can install called using an entirely separate computer for that. Hook it up, whether it's a mixer or an audio interface, it is like, I don't care how much you're into VMs or virtual sound cards, or you think you can just resample it, like, having a computer that is your Skype computer is the best thing
So
for that.
So I have a laptop and I have a program that records the video while you do your Skype interview.
Yeah.
I guess just like general questions, like I have a nice microphone, but like most of the people I'll be interviewing are in different countries.
Yeah.
So like they're probably not gonna have a microphone at all. They'll just have whatever, most likely they'll have a laptop too.
Yeah.
Is that cool? Like
I would say two things on that. One, sometimes it's actually nice, like when you interview somebody and it sounds like they really are where they are, or it sounds like, I mean, it really does. Like sometimes close-up radio mic sound.
It sounds like it's coming through a
Yeah, as long as you can hear them and it's understamental, that's the most. You can always add some compression later or something. Right.
Yeah. A question I want to say though is, are you doing live to tape, or are you actually like recording and editing later?
yeah, like recording it and then editing it later. Yeah.
Because I was gonna say with that to add to yours is that since you're recording it and editing it later, you can actually then kind of samplify the audio and pretty much like actually tweak it so that you can actually have a little bit clearer audio or something like that. Because I know we've done like interviews and stuff.
There's also things like they're absolutely right, and they know far more about this than me. I'd say one thing is the layman who doesn't have the ability to like manipulate the audio anywhere near as professional as these folks do. Don't use Skype. I'm sorry, Skype sucks. Like I'll use Discord any day. Yeah, well, tell them about Discord any day. I'll hear far better through like Discord through Skype. If you really need the video interaction, I'm sure there's other software. Like if you need videos, I totally understand.
Discord does video.
Discord does video now.
What we actually recommend in that instance is if you're able to put captions as well, because when there's a live interview, if you have like proper captions underneath the video, it doesn't really matter how bad the quality. I mean, obviously it kind of matters, but like if it's kind of bad and iffy, then at least the captions the person can still kind of follow with that realistic.
Sure. I know Nasi and I do. Is anyone else do scripted content?
Yeah, I do.
What's that?
Having an idea what you're doing beforehand.
So, even if you just take the written script and upload it as a subtitle file onto YouTube, it adds, even if it's just a couple extra viewers who need the subtitles, or maybe they're translating it from another language, even that can make, like, it's a small difference, but it's a difference. Yeah. So, but it's a little more hands-on if you're improv and you have to sort of type it, and that could take a long time. Any questions? What's up?
Thank you.
Do you have any advice?
So I heard that a little.
I was totally the guy in front of you. But we can come to you next.
okay.
We'll come to you next. It's okay. Sorry.
Do you have any advice on correcting audio through like a fursuit mask?
Oh, it's something I've struggled with since I started the channel.
Like, do you
It's
put
damn
mics
impossible.
Like, do people ever try putting like lavalier mics inside the fursuit
I
head, or is
have,
that-
and it's really overexposed. A little hard to balance. But if you have it on the outside, it's all muffled. So
I actually have an idea on that.
some people do ADR. What
So
do you
instead of like recording yourself talk in the fursuit, like realistically, nobody knows you're actually talking under that thing.
Yep.
So just like record yourself bopping around and then do the audio later.
That's what I do. Does. What do you prefer, Majira?
I think the muffling is kind of cute.
It's always a good muffle.
Finish here.
Okay. I promised a question to that guy first.
Answer to this question.
So I heard that a lot of you guys said that you started YouTube around like 4 years or 8 years, and then Jerry also said that the main thing is about like liking what you do.
Yep.
But how do you like manage to keep like doing something for like that long period of time?
Okay.
Because I started YouTube like only made like few videos, but I kind of got bored. It's not because they don't do well; they actually do quite well. But then, like, I just kind of got bored pretty quickly.
I want to take this to answer this question. I want to point to Mythical and Pixel because they've been doing this for longer than a lot of other people up here.
Okay, what was the question? I couldn't hear that.
How do you keep yourself entertained with the work that you're doing with it?
Yeah, for years on end.
How do I do what?
How do you keep yourself to continuously like doing it?
Whenever I would go on a hiatus, I would just miss it so much I had to come back. That was, for me, that
So
was,
organically. Okay.
That was just it. And I also just started playing different stuff. I used to do just like Minecraft and AAA games, which is just, to say that now. I mean, I still like them, that's like so stereotypical now. But now I do like indie games and stuff, and that's what I'm doing. I did horror games for a while, so I just sort of like just change it up and cycle through what I like recording and how I like to do it, and the style in which I'm presenting it.
And how do you keep things alive?
Do what you love and you never work a day in your life. The old adage goes true. If you are doing something you really enjoy, you will never get bored of it. And if there is the rare circumstance where you do get bored of what you are doing, it's not necessarily a bad sign. It's just a sign that maybe you need to change things up just a little bit. A lot of us have, from big channels, small channels, I can almost guarantee you everyone here has gone through that hurdle of where we go, I need to change something up. Something doesn't feel right anymore. I'm not as entertained as I once was. And once you make that change, there's a lot of people who are very afraid to make that change because people came to the channel for a specific type of content. People seriously underestimate the honest feedback that you can get from your audience. If you can just literally ask them, what do you guys think of me trying insert new idea here? A lot of the time it's usually pretty positive. And if it's a very bad idea in their eyes, they will tell you. And if you need to work on another idea, then try something new. There's nothing worse than having that feeling of getting your content to be stagnant. It's just try things, experiment. I mean, I've done video blogs, video game content, art-related content, live streams, voice acting. I've done a very wide variety of work, and I keep getting entertained by it because I keep changing things up. That's about the best piece of advice I can give.
Before we come to a new question,
We need to deal with the devil, and we're contractually obligated to do it until she takes our souls. So.
Underbite wanted to say something on that as
just
well.
the best thing to remind yourself, if you are getting exhausted with anything creative, short-term, long-term, just remind yourself why you were inspired to start it in the first place, what it was that brought you to make that content in the first place. If you want to be a painter, and you do it for a few years, and painting gets really exhausting, I don't know, maybe you're getting caught up with clients or followers or other forms of media or the other parts of the business that you maybe can't do as well as your act, but it's just important to remind yourself why you're doing it in the first place. And if it's only for you, it's only for you, so be it. If it's not for everyone, it's not for everyone. But just, you gotta remind yourself why you're doing it in the first place. I think that's been something that's been really helping me the last year. So,
thanks everybody. And you had a
Well,
question?
out of the topic about trying to make different content, what if I posted content on a channel that's not really furry related? So it'll be like a pattern, like it'll be like furry, then not furry, then furry, then not furry. Well, it'll be like
Playlists.
Playlists.
Playlists are friends. Convert some furries.
Yeah. So I can convert from furries into like a non-furry thing?
No, the other way around. Non-furries.
Furries already like
Yep, sounds like topic.
Okay.
Anybody else can move on?
I did like lots of normal Let's Plays, and it was just like really on the down low as a furry. It's like wasn't hidden, but only if you look for it. But now I'll play like just completely overtly furry games. But the way I sort of approach it is in a way where people who are non-furries can still kind of enjoy it because I'm sort of like not taking myself or the game seriously. So the furries like it and people who aren't furries still find it entertaining. So it's sort of like making it appealable to everyone.
Cool. Anyone else want to add? All right. What's up?
How do you deal with videos that criticize your channel?
Like a response video?
Oh, I love the cringe ones.
No, like what H3H3 does.
Oh, okay.
Take it in stride.
How do you handle hate videos, response videos, criticism?
I don't watch them.
Best answer. Best answer.
So like something I've been starting to do, especially with like criticism and things like that, some of you got to take a stride, right? If there's somebody who's saying something that they don't particularly like about your channel, that's one thing. You can say, okay, if you don't like it, move on.
It's not for you if you don't like it.
Exactly. But if somebody comes up and says, hey, maybe you should try doing this, or maybe you should work on this, that's criticism. That sometimes will actually help you move forward in the future.
Yeah,
So,
it's about recognizing what's just trolly hate versus what's actually trying to be constructive, and trying to take those lessons and not being offended by the criticism and try to take a lesson from it.
Well, actually, I do plan on making reaction videos. Maybe makes hate videos on my channel. I'll just react to saying, "Wow, very creative."
I will also note that nothing to get a lot of subscribers really fast. You can always start a feud with another YouTube channel, and then start arguing with them, even if it's for pretend, and it'll sort of cross-pollinate those channels.
Oh dear.
People want drama.
So,
even if it's fake, people will still tune in.
I had another question, but I don't really know whether.
Oh, you can ask me another question.
Oh,
That's okay. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, how do you deal with those people where you post your art or your fursuit and they take that video and say, "This is mine and I own it," and then you're like,
DMCA takedown notice.
Yeah. What?
Oh, well, like they're technically violating your copyright if they're stealing your content.
Yeah. Hold on. And then I'm like, "Excuse me, can you take this down? This is mine."
Yeah.
And they're like, "F you! This is mine. I bought it. I own all fursuits."
That's a monster.
I'm not right.
I'm not done.
Okay.
And then they tell you, like, I have an example of something that happened recently. They stole 2 fursuits and claimed them as theirs. Actually 3, because Vix and Dunk was in the video in the background and says, "Oh, Vix is mine too." So they took my fursuit. They actually stole Majira's fursuit, and they said some pretty hateful things towards both me, Vix, and they also they didn't really directly say it, but they kind of said some mean things to him as well. And they also stole a lot of people's art and harassed the original artists and the owners and told people to kill themselves.
Where's the
It sounds like a really bad troll. Someone to like blog and maybe warn others about.
I have posted a warning video on YouTube.
Yeah, you've probably done art all you can already.
It's been going on.
Panelists?
Yeah.
It's been going on for 7 months, and it's been over multiple months. We keep coming back.
So don't feed the trolls. The more you kind of, the more you engage them, the more they'll use you as a tool to kind of get a reaction from you.
I've just been telling them to stop, and everybody's doing it.
They're looking for attention, don't do it.
Silence.
Silence is usually the best thing. Like, you don't make response videos, don't make anything, because anything you do, they're doing it to get a reaction out of you. So when you actually don't provide them a reaction, they move on. They might still test you for a while. They might still make a ton of videos to do it, but in the end, like,
It did ignore them for a while, but they kept hounding me for another 2 months, and then they just came back. Eventually, I gave up, and I was just like, you know what?
That's what they do.
Yeah,
There's
there's
nothing
nothing
more
more
satisfying
satisfying than not giving a troll what they want and letting them scream into the dark void of nothing.
Exactly.
The moment you react and the moment you give them exactly what they are looking for is the moment they actually take advantage of the situation.
Yep. If you don't give them air, they can't breathe.
Exactly. So the best recommendation I think everyone can agree on, just let them be, do what you can to say, this is not true, and if they keep going, leave it. Because it's not worth the hassle afterwards. If they are stealing work, they will get caught. They will eventually get caught, and they will eventually be shown for what they really are.
Like, it's one of those things with online videos, don't try to be the hero because it doesn't work that way. Like, you're not going to be the protector, and you're not going to be able to stop it. So trying to engage it for a lot of the stuff is just going to put more attention straight to you. Even if it is other people, it's going to draw the attention towards you specifically because they see that you're going to give them the reaction, and they're going to see that as a vulnerability. And as soon as you give them air, they'll take more and more.
Okay, well, I was just gonna say that their Musical.ly handler is foxiness12. Their username on YouTube is SavvyPanda255, and they have a picture of a husky as their profile picture.
That's the thing too. That I see a paw. Okay.
They're still not banned on YouTube or any other, or Instagram or Musical.ly.
They will eventually.
Having your content stolen sucks, but if people are really your fan, they will find you.
Yeah. One thing I just want to maybe add for actually a safety thing that I do is that I actually separate my YouTube channel from whatever I search. Like if I'm going to watch YouTube, I don't use my YouTube channel's account on there.
Yes, I have a separate account for that too. I have like a furry one, and any furry channel I find, I'll subscribe to. Yeah. That's with Culturally Apt, and I have like 250 channels or something that I can't watch all that content. Yeah.
You don't watch our videos? No.
It's just more hard.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
A suggestion for people also starting a channel or thinking about starting a channel or even have a channel. Keeping something separate this way, it's in a bubble in that sense. So that's way it's not like, oh, you're searching up one.
For the questions too, guys.
Did you bring any of the food you make to this?
I didn't bring any.
Come on, man! I've been drooling over your videos for the last week. Like, I researched everybody that landed on yours, like, can't make that, want to make that, too poor for that.
They're super easy to make.
They're easy, but I'm useless.
I have a second comment. If we go buy the ingredients, will you cook for us?
Perfect, yeah,
let's go.
I will be honest though, I don't do the cooking on the channel. My husband, the trained chef, does the cooking. I just do the voiceover.
The disembodied voice.
But I know how to cook.
So you voice over somebody else cooking?
Yep. Well, we film it.
Yeah, there's an avenue.
We film it
None
and
of
I
us
edit
have
it, and then I do the voiceover after. That's how you voice over.
I do want to steal the mic for just a second because I wanted to talk to Majira specifically about the troubles you've been having on the platform with YouTube. Can you share with the class your experience and ways you've been shafted by the man?
Yeah, YouTube sucks.
YouTube sucks?
Yeah.
He doesn't even have a play button. Yeah, so you never got a play button, right?
No.
Okay, well, specifically to embarrass you. For convincing 100,000 subscribers, 100,000 furries, I want you to have this cushion/fursuit prop, a fuzzy blue silver play button.
Impressive.
Congratulations.
For those of you who may not be aware, because YouTube sucks,
Go say that.
they denied Majira the silver play button one would usually get when you reach the milestone of 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I wanted Majira to explain, but I don't want to push him onto it if he doesn't want to talk about it. But It's something to do with Tide Pods, maybe. It was a kind of a disaster, and I think that's really shitty of YouTube. So here's a play button for you to take home and rub it in people's faces.
Literally.
Literally. Yeah.
Start with his. Like, comment, and subscribe.
So they get static electricity.
Okay, more questions? Who has more questions?
Actually, I meant to say this when you were introducing me. 1,000 of my subscribers are from Majira. He gave me a completely unprompted shout out, and I'm so thankful. It's so sweet of you. And also thank you for what you filmed for my April Fool's video. That was amazing. Thank you.
What's up, you? The YouTubers in the crowd want to write their name on the big poster outside. I got some Sharpies here in my bag. Otherwise, thank you everyone for coming out to the panel.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for the panelists. So thanks everyone for coming out. Thanks all our huge swaths of panelists. Way more than I was expecting.
Next year.
Yeah. Next year, maybe we can get a bigger space. Maybe we'll get some chairs for you guys.
Well, when you send out a message, is anyone a YouTube creator?
Yeah.
So like the Z from Spaceballs.
We still have the room for 5 minutes. If you wanted to say hi. If you wanted to get a selfie with Majira, he will be just tucked to the side over on the side. He'll be on that side for selfies. So, thanks everyone.
I want to get something.
Take cards. Cards.